Hi, my name is Jeff Watts, and today I will be working on a very specific style of training in oil called gesture oil painting. And I do this in my atelier. We have an atelier that I've run for a number of years now, about 15 years now. And over the years, I noticed that people would have a hard time developing a very intuitive sense for edge work, spontaneity, color harmonies. And rather than doing it a lot through theory, we started designing classes where we would do these small gesture paintings that would basically force people to have, say, a half an hour on a painting. And that would make them very essential that you mix and put down, and develop a very intuitive and relaxed style of oil painting. In this particular method, you do have to have very, very strong drawing skills because indication is key and the placement of your color notes is key. And we'll demonstrate throughout this video a sequence of 4 palettes that you could use that would basically lay out the next 10 years of your career as a painter. If you're a 1 to 2 year student, you would be using the primary level 1, and then you'll work your way up to the level 4. We've covered the brushes, the tools we're going to be using. Now we're going to go ahead and start in on a 30-minute, roughly, sketch. Some of my darks. I'm going to grab a little green, which is the complement of red. And I'm going to put that in abstractly. And now my background fabric that I use around the model is simply a springboard for me. Just a little study, just another day in the trenches, you know. You just kind of go in there and do your job and have fun. And because I don't, again, like I said, I don't want to make these rendering exercises. I want to make sure that you see, you know, there's always things that I can do to these, and I'm doing right now, putting in maybe like some of the hot spots in the hair, but I want to be careful that it doesn't turn into a regular portrait painting, you know, demonstration. All right, so now we're working our way down the palette chain to our level 3 or intermediate to advanced level palette. What helps this kind of stuff? Inking. Inking, and more inking, I'm telling you. Hard little medium to get used to, but great for learning dexterity. That dexterity comes in really handy when you're doing little things like this in paintings where you have to go in and hit really careful lines around ellipses or all kinds of stuff. So, a little white, and let's drop off some hot spots. So we've gone through our most advanced palette, and then our next step down, which is still an advanced palette, and now we're going into the Zorn palette. It's a 4-color palette. Andrew Zorn, Swedish painter, fantastic painter, and one of my favorites. Just really monochrome palette. You'll be amazed at what you can get out of this palette. And that's what we want to learn how to do. We want to learn how to paint and draw simultaneously. And that's when you start removing color out of the equation, it frees you up to not have to worry so much about that. I painted all the way up to that point with this one brush. Not to really impress you, but just, again, to impress upon you that a brush has more capability than what it was designed for. So you can really, just by manipulating it with a proper pressure sensitivity and knowing how to handle it, you can get a lot more mileage out of a brush than what it may be designed originally for. Okay, so we've traveled through these 3 different palettes, and this is the 4th palette. The 4th palette is the Monochrome palette, and it's the level 1 palette. Again, we're going in and we're going to just start opaquely filling in this painting grid that we've established.